Growing up on a dairy farm, the sixth of 7 children, Jan Reynolds discovered a love and a talent for cross-country skiing in high school.
I was the farm kid with sweatpants falling off. Sometimes you don't even know what your abilities are until you're pushed into a situation. And when I finally was able to race some Eastern races and figured out what was going on and then made the national team, then it all plugged in for me.
Once it plugged in, she was unstoppable. She was a member of the NCAA champion UVM ski team from 1974 to 78. After graduation, Reynolds was hired as a ski instructor at the Trapp Family Lodge. There she met Ned Gillette and his group of fellow climbers from Yosemite. Her ability to keep up with the best male cross-country skiers in the country led to an invitation to join an expedition to New Zealand's Southern Alps in 1979. This began a series of expeditions with world-renowned American climbers and mountaineers. In 1979, Reynolds set the world record for high-altitude skiing among women. She went on the Everest Grand Circle expedition in 1981. She attempted to balloon over Everest with another team, but they crashed, walking away unscathed. She traversed the Sahara on camelback. She descended the highest peak in the Atlas Mountains on cross-country skis.
It still eludes me how to describe the feeling when you're in the mountains and you are climbing and you're with a couple of buddies that you trust your life with and they trust their life with you. To have that rapport with people and to have your life boiled down to those simple basics of what you're going to eat and what you're going to do and how you're going to do it. I haven't found anything in this world that compares.
Taking a break from expeditions, in 1983 and 84, Reynolds competed on the women's first world championship team for biathlon. She was in the top 10 in each race and took home a 3rd place in the relay behind the Russians and the Norwegians. She competed in the mountain man race in Vail, beating all of the women and most of the men. A back injury in 1988 meant Reynolds' body had to rest, but you could say her mind was racing. She decided to create a Vanishing Cultures series, eventually living with indigenous cultures on all 7 continents.
So even though it was different continents, it really allowed me to see how similar all human beings are. You know, it gave me such a good and broad perspective about people around the world.
From the farm to the 4 corners of the earth, Reynolds has taken one amazing journey.
I wasn't trying to prove anything. Because I was female, I only did it because it's what I really loved, and I've always been a writer and photographer. And at different phases of my life, it's just whatever I was writing and photographing.
The Vermont Ski Museum Hall of Fame welcomes Jan Reynolds.